A lot of people were confused when I said this, that Bella gets her shield from Charlie. We know that Bella has a mental shield, which makes her immune to vampire gifts that have to do with the mind. That's why Edward can't read her mind, etc. Now, we don't know for sure, to be clear, that she gets it from Charlie, but we do know that Charlie also has one. We learn from Edward and Midnight Sun that Charlie's mind also has a shield. It's just not as strong as Bella's. Edward thinks that Charlie is like no thoughts, head empty at first, because he says that his thoughts are like muffled, and Edward literally says that he thought him to be a man of slow thought until he realized that there was something blocking his thoughts the way that Bella's were. But whereas Bella's mind is silent, Charlie's mind is quiet and muffled to Edward. Now, I do think it's possible that this is genetic, because there is some implication that vampire gifts can be genetic in Twilight, but there's also this really interesting theory that both Charlie and Bella developed their shields as a response to Renee, because Renee is almost like the opposite. Like, Edward says that her thoughts are so loud to the point where she's persuasive without really even having to say anything, and he says it makes her a bit of a narcissist because people just want to do what she says. I think that is really interesting if you think about the fact that, like, Bella spent more time with Renee, like she was constantly with Renee. So if that were true, that would make sense that Bella would develop a complete shield, whereas Charlie had like a less strong one. And also, neither of them seem to be immune to Renee's persuasions at all. They both seem to be heavily affected. So like, if that's true, the shield really didn't work to block out Renee. But also say, in that video, we were talking about how we think it's likely that Renee might be turned into a vampire in these new Twilight books because of her gift, and that might tie into how the Cullens end up taking down the Volturi or something like that. Charlie, I mean, I don't know. I will talk about this more in a separate video, but I would hate to see any kind of like vampire Charlie. I don't feel like Charlie would be like super useful as a vampire, so I don't feel like Aro would like want Charlie necessarily, because like in that case he just wants Bella. Like, Bella is already a vampire and she has the stronger shield, but the thing is, like, Charlie knows about, you know, werewolves and vampires and stuff. I don't know.